It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey, this is Vera and Heather back again for another episode of I Can't Mom Today podcast. And it's been a while. Hi, Vera.
Yes. Hey, Heather. How's it going?
Jeez Louise, I cannot catch up.
I feel ya.
So I'm just going to go take a nap. Okay.
I know. That's the way I feel. I feel like I want to go to, like put my head under the covers and wake up when everything is fixed and done.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. We, I'm coming off of I had a work trip. And that was fine and whatever, it was a work trip. And so, but that was the week before Thanksgiving. And then I also worked for somebody else. I had to fill in the other time, the remaining time of that first week with her work. And then the next week I took off for Thanksgiving, even though I still worked some of it.
Yeah.
And then we're in this week. Right. And so we get back because we were out of town for Thanksgiving. We get back so let me back up. When we left, I was putting garbage outside and I smelled gas and I was like, ugh. I'm like, it's been one of those things that I've smelled here and there, but it's just like, I couldn't smell a lot of it. So I'm like, am I imagining things? I'm just, what's the thing? And I just smelled it a decent amount. And then, it stuck around. So it's not like I was in other times I've smelled it and been like, I can't smell anymore. I don't know. Am I imagining things? What's going on?
Yeah.
And so I was telling Brad about it. And he's like, well, we need a call. I'm like, dang it. And I was already out of town because I was leaving. I was putting the garbage out to leave to go to the airport.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so we called and they came and shut off our gas and did some things. And so, he's like, well, do you feel confident, turning on all your appliances? He's like, most of them will turn back on its own. We're like, we'll figure it out. Well, Brad couldn't figure out the the water heater. So they came out last Friday when we got back and they turned the gas on. And then within 24 hours, it's leaking. It exploded and not flooding leak, but just water. We're actually not sure how much water was coming out, but it wasn't, the whole ground wasn't wet, so that we weren't concerned with whatever you're concerned with water. And so
flooding.
We drained it, and we have home warranty. We called them. They are not open on the weekends because that makes sense. And then they couldn't get us, so we finally got in touch with somebody yesterday, and Brad literally worked on it all day, and they are not listening to us at all. And they're just like, oh yeah, well, we can get you somebody a week from tomorrow out there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I've
cool.
I've heard a lot of horror stories about home warranties, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I had one when I had a townhouse in Florida, and the AC was the big deal, right? You can't live without an AC in Florida. I mean, you can, but you're going to be miserable. And so even then, and they were servicing through Jacksonville, they didn't service through Tallahassee. There was nobody local. So they only came on certain days of the week, but it was always within 3 days of calling. So it's you're miserable for 3 days. I can deal with not having a water heater for 3 days, but a week plus, at that point, it'll be almost 2 weeks that we won't have a water heater that they're going to be able to come out here. So, and then during the summer, we have 2 weeks without AC. That's the earliest they could get us. So if you have something for a recommendation on a good home warranty that fixes stuff, and I'm not trying to be difficult, but if you only work with one service provider in the area, that's a problem. Then you need to expand your network, because we are paying for a service and a timely service. Not we shouldn't be waiting a week. We shouldn't be waiting a week. We shouldn't be waiting 2 weeks for our AC to be fixed. That's insanity.
Right. Yes.
And so I'm just really frustrated with them. So we are not going to be renewing with them. I need to find somebody else. So anyways, and we pay, and we rarely use it, but when we do, we need it. And anyways. So then we had a Christmas tree permit. We're going to cut down a Christmas tree on Saturday. And they're we get drive an hour and a half, windy roads. And we get there and it's next weekend. We're
oh no.
Right. So then we're we're getting a damn tree today. And so we drive to the national forest, which is a lot easier to they just let you willy-nilly whatever day. Like there's a big window versus one day. And so we're climbing a mountain. It was a mess. And I was just I was like, I'm over life right now.
Yeah.
And then of course my tooth starts hurting. I'm just really annoyed. Annoyed. So I'm just not in a great mood. And especially since it's like my favorite time of year, this really makes me even more angry.
Yeah. Well, as we know, I've been working on, getting Luke in with different doctors. It's just, I'm on my 50 millionth portal now, I think. And of course the portals don't talk to each other. And then the one doctor's portal, it says, oh, you can get all your medical records. No, my medical records aren't there. Yeah. So
like
then
Baker says, lies and deceit.
Lies and deceit. Does Baker literally say that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
Yeah. I think my brother-in-law taught him that, but anyways.
It's still funny though to hear from a 5-year-old. Hell yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's just then trying to get records from one doctor to the other, and the one doctor says, well, we can only fax it. The other doctor says, upload it to the portal. And you're trying to get a hold of somebody at a doctor's office, and they're not answering their phone, and then we'll send a message through the portal.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's that. In addition to Luke needs some help, and it's just like, can't we please just get some help for my kid? So he can feel better. So yeah, that's where So yeah, it's just. It's an ongoing thing.
I feel like, and everybody is like, oh, well, we have, it's labor shortages. Where did everybody go?
Yeah.
These jobs were being done at some point, and now they're not. Where did they go?
Right.
Where are they working? Where are these magical people working?
Exactly.
I truly want to know that, because I don't understand what has been created that, and I understood in the beginning when the government was giving a lot of money, or not a lot, an okay amount of money to people, where they could be like, okay, I'm going to take my time, find another, focus on my family, whatever their circumstance was. But at this point, where are the people?
Right. Yes, I agree. I don't know. They disappeared. And how are the people who aren't working paying their bills?
Yes. Or is it now where, because I know I'm in this place, right? Where I'm like, I'm not working over, I work 25 hours a week at one place. I'm not working over. I'm not giving away my time anymore. And so maybe that's what people are doing. They're like, no, you have 40 hours and that's it. Which I respect. I
do too. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Maybe.
But now how do we get more people into the labor?
Right.
I'm sure no one's asked this question before.
Yeah. Well, I think we've touched on it in past podcasts as well. So, but yes, on top of all that, of course, it's the holidays, which is a nice magical time of the year. Only it's even more stress. We did manage to get a tree yesterday, so that was good. Paid more than I would have liked, but that's okay.
Oh, that was the nice thing about cutting down our own. It was going to be $35.
Wow.
And
then knowing us, we would Jerry would lose an appendage or something trying to cut a tree down. I mean,
it's not a full tree. I mean, wound up being with the other tree permit already entrance to the park, plus this new tree, $65, which is not bad. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause they're 100, something like that.
Yeah. Mine was a 7-foot tree, although a very nice tree, I do have to say, $120.
Yeah. Ours was originally probably 10 feet, but then we had to cut it down because it's in the forest, and it wound up being, our ceiling is almost 9 feet tall, and it's 8 and some change.
I'm sorry. I just have this visual of you, Brad, and Baker creeping through the forest, shh.
And there was snow on the ground, and I'm petrified of heights, or falling, not heights really. And it was very steep, and there was a point that I had to sit down and slide down on my butt. I'm freaking out because I'm like, where am I gonna go? It was not. And so I picked this little pine cone, and I said, I'm keeping this pine cone. So next year, when I think this is a good idea, I'm going to look at this and go, no.
Not a good idea. Bad idea.
Bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah, Rad Brad, you and Baker go on your own. I'm not going to stay home. That's all you.
Yeah.
So anyway, so then I thought, but one of the things I came across here that I thought we could talk about was about like, if you've heard of the 5 gift rule.
Yes.
Like getting your kids or the people in your life 5 gifts.
I've seen different ones. So I've seen 4 and 7 or 4 and 9, but not 5.
Okay.
But
I don't know about the 5. So it's the 5 is get them something that they need, get them something that they need, something that they read, something that they wear, something that they want, and then something that they don't know they want. That's the 5th one, which is kind of like bonus. So, which I think is great because then you don't end up with like piles and piles. I mean, especially when your kids are little, you end up with tons of toys and crap and just stuff.
If I never see another toy, I'll be so happy.
Exactly. Yeah. And that whole battery's not included and some assembly required. Those 2 things take on a whole new meaning once you have kids.
Oh, because you don't get a break from it. You're just like, leave me alone. Otherwise, this will never get built.
Exactly. Because the kid's all excited and jumping up and down and waiting for you to put the darn thing together. Well, that and packaging. The packaging on so many things is like nearly impossible to open.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
But anyways,
I had a knife in my car for that hard plastic because I'm not one to wait. I am also not one to wait. So I sympathize with my child. But if I buy something, I'm opening it in the car because I'm really excited about it. That requires packaging like that. At one point, I don't anymore.
So do you think that you could stick to like a 5 or 4 or 5 gift rule? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's a great rule. Although, you do have to think about the fact, like with little kids, though, little kids love books, but then you start getting into the teenage years and they kind of start to lose interest in reading. At least mine did.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like Baker gets so many gifts from everybody else that I'm not worried about him.
Yeah.
Lack of gifts. And it's not like, it's just that he's the only child. So everybody else gets like big gifts. And so everybody gives everybody else big gifts versus you can get him like a few things for that price. So
yeah. Well, that's the nice part though, when they're little, because the toys are cheap. A lot of times, not all toys, but many toys are pretty darn cheap.
But then I'm just like, stop buying cheap toys.
Stop. There is that. I remember my parents for a while tried to have the no plastic toys rule, where they refused to buy anything plastic. Yeah, wood or metal or cloth.
Oh, that sounds safe.
Yeah. Well, like a Matchbox car, it's metal.
Oh, are they? I don't think they are anymore.
I don't know. Are they plastic now too?
I think everything's plastic. We just live in a plastic world.
Ew. Well, anyways, needless to say, though, that didn't last forever, but they tried. Just like they tried not to give us McDonald's. That didn't
And
last.
You're like, McDonald's.
Oh, I know. Well, that's my parents used to say, we don't believe in McDonald's. And then one day they were driving down the street with my sister in the car, and my sister saw McDonald's and she was like, look, there really is a McDonald's. Because they said they didn't believe in it. Yeah, we don't believe in McDonald's. So she was thinking like, we don't believe in Santa Claus, that kind of thing. But they meant we don't believe in eating McDonald's.
Yeah.
Look,
no.
There really is a McDonald's, Mom. That was funny.
Yeah.
What were the 7 gifts, or was there was the 7 gifts actually?
It was a lot. I was
like,
stop.
Yeah.
Stop. There was just a lot. Let me see if I can Google it really quick.
Yeah. Well, that's why I liked the, because it kind of rhymes. Something you need, something you read, something you wear, something you want, something.
Yeah, it was just like, it was too much. Maybe it was a 7 or 9.
Geez, 9?
Yeah. Oh, 7. Yeah. 7.
Lucy.
The 7 gift rule for gifts. Okay. It says, pop up, scroll down. Something you want, something you need, something to wear, something to read, something to do, something for me, something for the family.
Okay. Something to do, something for me. And
what does that mean? Like, I'm going to give you something for me, like, so you can give it back. I don't understand that.
Well, maybe it's just something that. Okay.
This is a gift that your child gets to keep all to themselves. Isn't that every toy?
Yeah.
It could be something small, like a new necklace or bracelet or something larger, like a video game system. Oh yeah, okay. Or this is a perfect opportunity to
something I can afford.
Yeah, something I can afford. Yeah, exactly. If I'm giving my kids 7 gifts, like their gaming system is not going to be one of them.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. Something to do. Our favorite ideas, a backyard trampoline. Listen, a backyard trampoline, a gaming system. These kids are rich.
What kind of rich people wrote that list?
I know, right? Oh yeah. Something they wear. It could be something, this is a versatile category. One of their popular choices, wireless earbuds.
Oh my gosh. So
Anywho,
now we're
not going to be doing that 7 lists.
A trampoline, a gaming system, and earbuds. Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure their attention was like a bit, to go down, but still that's all I see is the most expensive one. So we're going to do something you want, something you need, something to wear, something to read. And we'll probably do, I think we are going to do something to do. I think we decided that. So we're going to do something together.
That's cool.
Something.
Yeah.
Not sure what that is yet. So
not chopping down a Christmas tree.
I mean, Baker enjoyed it, but I was like, I'm ready to be home. So, yeah. But one thing that you can get for people, which I think one of my coworkers got it last year, the Ultimate Cloth. She's not sure that any of her kids used it, but it's actually really good. A really good product. It is like almost like a chamois. I don't know. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah. Like ShamWow.
You can clean, but it's not like to just dry up stuff. It's like you can clean it, like clean mirrors, stainless steel. It's
good on stainless steel. Really good on stainless steel. Yep.
Yeah.
And you don't have to use any cleaner. So you just wet it. Yeah. And then of course you can wash it. You throw, once the Ultimate Cloth gets dirty, you wash it in the washing machine and you're good to go. So it is pretty, it is a nice gift.
And we actually, 2 of our listeners bought them. So thank you, Laura and Jessica. Like, you rock. Like, you're going to enjoy it. But I want to hear from you. Like, if you didn't, reach out to me.
Let us know what you thought of it.
We kind of know people that know people at that business. No, we know we are in direct communication with the CEO. So just know that, if you're not completely happy, let me know. And I can reach out on your behalf. But I think you're also really, truly going to love it.
I Can't Mom Today merch is another great gift idea.
Oh my gosh. So we did a turkey trot. I only did the mile because I'm having problems with my broken ankle. But of course Baker did the mile. Well, he did the mile too, but Brad did it with him. So I had to have a bag because it was at different times, the start time. So I put water and everything else I could carry it around and not have to worry about things in my hand. And of course it was the I Can't Mom Today bag. So hundreds of people were exposed.
There you go.
Our swag. I was like, oh yeah.
But yeah, we'll send the link to TeePublic is where you get the I Can't Mom Today merch. So you can get bags, hoodies. Actually, I did a turkey trot. I did the 5K. Thank you very much. Although I just walked it.
Yeah.
And I had my I Can't Mom Today hoodie.
Oh, I was going to ask you because I saw your picture. So you'd be like, did you wear your swag like I did?
I did. I had my I Can't Mom Today hoodie wrapped around my waist.
Oh, so everybody's on your butt?
That's right. Everybody's reading my butt.
Oh,
but yes, we'll put the link to that too in the show notes. But it's teepublic.com is where you find the I Can't Mom Today merch.
Yeah. And I do get a lot of people are like, I love your t-shirt or I love your sweatshirt. So
oh yeah, they
make
laugh
business
at
cards
it.
to hand it out.
Yes, we should.
We'll
just put the, while we're sitting around eating bonbons.
and yes, we do get a small percentage from sales from both things. But again, we wouldn't be promoting it if we didn't use them ourselves. And also, I mean, it takes a lot to do the podcast. We do it most weeks. I would say 80% of the time.
Yeah.
We do every week. So
it's just been a little crazy the last few weeks.
It's a little support back to us. And we appreciate that very, very much.
Heather's water heater.
No, for the recording and everything else that we do.
Yeah. So no. Yeah. Well, anyways, but if you want to email us, I Can't Mom Today podcast at Gmail. And then of course we're all over social media, I Can't Mom Today podcast, and rate the podcast too, if you haven't already, please.
And a free way to support the podcast is go to your podcast app and you can either give stars or you can give us an actual review, like a full review where we'd love to get those, whether they're positive, positive feedback, or if like you're like, well, let's talk about this, or maybe Heather, you talk too much. That fine with all that.
Slow down, Heather.
I'm trying. I can't.
I know you're working on it. Yeah, no, you're definitely. You're. I can tell you've been working on it.
So excited.
I know.
I'm talking. All right. Until next time.
Bye.